given the current situation at this point of time, the utopia that people dreams for will remain nothing more than an eternal dream in paradise. That is why we, the past, present, and future leaders of 2030 must strive to reverse the numerous global crises and battling our people. And hence, in this speech, I will present two crises that will definitely cause a severe strain in our leaders come year 2030 and also in the years beyond that. So let me fire the first salvo on the crisis that will definitely grace the front page of every newspaper come year 2013, which is the economic crisis. My brothers and sisters, we are now in a very volatile situation where countries with debt-driven economies are on the verge of bankruptcy. Why? Due to weak leadership in management of the economy. So, to put it in layman's terms, debt-driven economy means simply when the leaders of a country agrees to borrow much money, too much money, I don't know how much money, and then subsequently spend more money and they are unable to pay back later. So what happened next? When the alone comes knocking the door, knock, 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 time to pay back your money. What happened? Our leaders, terrified by the sight of the evil-looking alone, will resort to printing more paper money and borrowing from the International Monetary Fund or IMF. Believe me, they are even worse than Along. So, what happened next then? This will lead to hyperinflation because too much paper money chasing after too few goods. Simple economics, huh? I hope you understand. Imagine what happened if the plate of fried bihun we ate in this morning cost about say 1 million ringgit per plate.
That's very ridiculous.
Hey, don't be shocked, my brothers and sisters, because in Zimbabwe, a loaf of bread is worth 1 billion Zimbabwe dollars. Scared leh. I don't know how they survive. So, later then, our leaders will be embroiled in an economic crisis where expect the International Monetary Fund (IMF) to stick their nose inside our government affairs and say, "Hey you, pay back, increase the tax, you cut subsidy, put the back there, cut whatever you want." But don't cut the amount of money payback, but plus interest more.
Okay.
So at the end, the rakyat will be the biggest loser. The rakyat will have to pay more tax. The rakyat will receive less subsidy. And the rakyat will have to carry the burden of the debt created by our weak leadership. This is what we call privatizing the profits and nationalizing the losses. My brothers and sisters, rest assured that Malaysia is not affected. Malaysia is affected as well. In 27 May 2010, Pemandu, a government agency, stated that Malaysia, if it continues to incur such heavy debts and the leaders allows the budget deficit to keep on increase and increase and increase until they can go to the space, so Malaysia will have a strong possibility of going bankrupt. That is why now RON 97 petroleum naik 20 cent. Right or not? Hey, don't talk much. If not, I gonna ISA. Right? That is why leaders will have a hard time managing economies come year 2013. So, after we have analyzed the perils of bankruptcy triggered by debt, we shall now move on to our next cause of the crisis, which is war. I see little kid also know. My brothers and sisters, year 2013 will be the year where all countries driven by passionate and ultra-nationalist leaders will form power blocks and strive to compete and then conquer each other, all in the name of world domination. Back to history a bit. With the wave of globalization, which encourages economic cooperation and mutual benefits, many experts believe that war will be a thing of the past. How nice if that is true. But, however, the sounds of artillery and gunfires still echo across the world's bloodiest battlefield till of today. The Korean War, the Iraq War, the Vietnam War, Gaza War, and now the Libyan War. And many more clashes of weapons looms ahead. Well, why is this happening? Are our leaders all bloodthirsty monsters who are willing to quench their thirst by drinking from the cup of carnage? No. Actually, there's a reason. It is because intense competition for resources combined with the current economic crisis will compel leaders of a country to undertake a war, and will at least feel a major conflict in year 2013. Because by then, 2013, war will be undertaken in order to control territory rich with natural resources. Why? To feed their ever money-hungry population. That is why the leaders are so stressed now about war. So now, there you must be thinking, am I have like that? Or some screw loose? Why am I imagining so horrible things? In fact, it is not my imagination, because even the Central Intelligence Agency, CIA, and Pentagon also agrees with me. In a 2004 Future Scenario Report, the CIA predicted that America's hegemony will be challenged by at least two major forces in the battlefield. Number one, China and its allies, and number two, an Islamic Caliphate country. In 2010, Pentagon predicted that wars will be waged over food, water, and energy. So, in this crisis, I don't know, no matter if there is 100 Barack Obama or 1,000 Najib Tun Razak will never save the day. Because, in the first place, will there be a place to become leader or not? I also don't know. So, after all this doomsday scenario I have given out, we shall move on to our next point. All of you brothers and sisters might be wondering, what can be done to prevent this scenario? There is one thing that all of you can do. In order to reverse this situation, it is of vital importance that we, the future leaders of 2013, must strive to activate people's power. People's power is a concept where the people people are leaders that can determine their own future. People's power will ensure that the people's needs to be given the highest priority. People's power will ensure that the people and the government manages the economy more prudently. People's power will ensure that the people will have no more warmongers trying to start war wantonly. And however, I admit it's very difficult to activate people's power just like that. Easier said than done. Why? Because there exists currently a segregating barrier to unite all of humanity, which is known as national borders. These national borders are a source of conflict. As we have seen in the past, many countries embroiled in territorial dispute. Hence, I strongly propose that, looks like time is very unfortunate. So, I strongly propose the formation of a world nation where all national borders will be eliminated and Earth will be reborn as one nation, the world nation. Alright, to go to a conclusion. So remember, my brothers and sisters, that year 2013 will be a very, very, very important year indeed. Remember, whether we burn in the flames of a self-destructing economy and drown under a tsunami of wars, or we enjoy the sweet taste of victory, will be determined by all of you, my brothers and sisters. That is why we must make 2013 the year we activate people's power, the year we lay the foundation to a better nation, the world nation, and the year we make a difference. Thank you.
Adolf Hitler 嘛？Adolf Hitler，
Thank you, Kun Wei.